army with 2 trying to flip these spawns. The pinch is going to be here.
Pitches in, but New York able to hold to the first wave. Major decides to go and hold on up, wait for the squad mates to come off the spawn. Well, he gets met with Skies, eager to pull up the SMG. He's got it ready and prepared to go as he tries to fire in toward P5, and just G's are lighting up. And tell you what, man, Big Wake, he's 1 away from the glide.
Yeah, Awakening on this match specifically is a 1.25. It was 1 off of that glide bomb, but Hydra does take him down. Just order to break on in, get this time, and keep the spawns for next. As 2 Real's just gonna fly, and he finds a 2-piece, at least sets up Major Maniac to find the final kill on towards the point. Major with great shots onto Crim.
They gotta slow down, but at the same time for Florida, they can kind of do the same thing, right? They can just rely on the advantage that they have, give up that P1 and prepare for next, as the Subliners do invest a decent amount for the backside of the spawns. That's player number 2 in Hydra, who's looking to fight for those. A great start so far for the Frenchman for NYSL. They've got a few stragglers making their way through middle. That's gonna be 2, now make it 3. Great little break coming in from Kismet, nearly makes it the 4th. Spawns, final 15.
And Awakening with a huge one-on-one easy reads onto Hydra. Now the final 15 does actually get broken by Florida, so this is the worst case scenario right now. If you are New York, you have to sprint all the way across the map. The hill's about to pop. Major Maniac and Awakening are not missing right now with their ARs.
In every one of these team fights, he has at least been finding one, setting his teammates up for success. As Big Wake falls again, it is the trades that seem to be favoring the Florida Mutineers. But hello, here comes Paulehx, jumps right into the line of sight from Major Maniac. And how about a game for him in his return? Sits at 28 in the back of the tank, trying to hold him off, and he drops Shay.
Skies drops, but Awakening and Major combined for 3. Now 240 to 246. All of NYSL spawning towards mid-map and towards top plat. This is their last push. They gotta go.
They gotta go, but Awakening is there. He drops 2. Paulehx, the last man alive, tries to go big, and Florida will hold on to what was nearly a 100-point comeback.
He's gonna get spotted, gets first spotted by Hydra, and that's gonna be a great adjustment from NYSL. They find the first blood, they get the bomb down. Now the retake for Florida.
Yeah, some unfortunate positioning there from the Røkkr. And speaking of positioning, that's what Big Wake is trying to gain. Hydra left between a rock and a hard place, goes for the jump up and takes Big Wake down. Kismet there to drop Major Maniac, is there to take one other down. Awakening looking for every single angle that somebody could be coming in from. 25 seconds trying to defend that bomb with all that he's got. It is he and Major Maniac, last players alive. Kismet position is going to get found out. Now brings it to a 1v1, and that is why Major Maniac has been brought to the Mutineers, a 1v2 clutch when they need him most.
And I'm pretty sure he gets the ace as well. He just worked his way all the way up through that trenches side.
Players, Kismet once more involved in the first bloods. It's back-to-back rounds for him, which he's been involved in that engagement. Major Maniac heads poking out, and Paul is there to silence him. Florida brought to a 41%. so far throughout the year. And again, it is the first S&D with Major Maniac and co, but those issues have got to be solved very, very quickly when it comes down to these matches. New York ultimately find the numbers as Hydra once more puts his stamp of approval in terms of gunfights early. Crim, he's been a menace so far in this S&D. Involved in a lot of first bloods, and right on cue takes down the rookie with the first blood. New York again.
As the main focus for Florida is going to be on Crim, but Crim is just peeling them apart. Ooh. 2 in the feed. Paulehx eventually finds a third. Now a 1v4 left up the skies. Does have some crazy clutches in his back pocket, but Paulehx and Crim combine for 2 each to close out this search and destroy for NYSL. They said, hey, we've been struggling in S&D recently, but we're not going to allow it to go all the way to it.
Major Maniac can find this kill.
That's just good work for Major Maniac to at least stay alive, allow his teammates to at least get into play. As 2Real is going to find that kill onto Kismet. The second ticket progression is going to be in, but the pinch is also going to be here for NYSL. And that's going to be all 4 dead. What a beautiful adjustment from New York.
Point again is going to be Skies. He falls, and with the close spawns that Florida now get, they're going to push their way now into that B zone, try to hold off, get some time, and let's try to manipulate their way throughout the map, eventually get back over to that map.
What can these players try to find? 2Real gets taken down. Skies is the only player up in this position. He's going big though. He finds a 2-piece. Now he's going to allow his teammates to pitch from the front. Major Maniac with the third. It's going to be on Crim. Can he stay alive? Crim goes big with the 2-piece.
Great opportunities for Florida to get some work, get some progress over at that B zone, but it's been clutches from pretty much everybody on New York. Last time around, I think it was Kismet and Hydra. This time it was Crim. Now it is Paul, who was just absolutely exploded in this first round.
Oh my.
12 and a more inconsistent one for Florida. You see Major Maniac at 3 and 9 as he eventually drops. Guys 3 and 7, and okay, it's time for the Frenchman to go on a tour of Tuscan, 1 kill away quickly from that glide bomb as he explodes. Engagements are beginning to go on down. The 40s are firing. Awakening pulls out the pistol. At least we'll be able to silence things for the moment, but New York are here in stride. They've got plenty of bodies to throw at this.
Yeah, trades are going back and forth, but Awakening comes out on top on that kill versus Hydra. Right now, Florida are up by 1 segment.
Okay.
But a lot of pressure here from NYSL to hold down that initial push. Hydra finds 2. Paulehx eventually finds the last kill, and now they can push right up.
Finds 1 for his troubles, and now Sky's on the point as somebody watching over toward his alley. Kismet in the midst of locking down that B objective does fall, but brings out the glide. Cuts down the rookie. A current 5 versus 9. Time ticks away. And the Mutineers, only 1 player past that 50-yard line for the moment. Major Maniac's gonna have to make a play. He's gonna have to try to jump on this point. And as he gets taken down, that will be the result. NYSL, a very well-controlled game, no pun intended, throughout this game number 3. Despite
take down Crim, that allows for the break to come in. Hydra's going to be the last player up. Skies with the trade, so the final 15 should go in favor of Florida, but now your main focus has to be on this P2. This is a hill where Florida tend to struggle with. If they're not properly set up, they allow NYSL to get there early and set up. They have a 0% break per second.
Mutineers have rotated. They realize, hey, there's somebody actually inside of the point. Yeah, they're pushing us out. They're starting to even try to flip the spawns, for God's sake, as Kismet instantly hops into the feed, takes down 2, and just like that, it is not a good situation for the Meester. And really, in moments like this, Jay, you're looking at somebody like Major Maniac, as we said, not just in Search Destroy, but even in the respawns, try to calm these guys, focus them up. In a moment where they have to explode, they do that off the back of Big Wake and his force spree. Subliners, and we'll see if that P5 to P1 connection will be a factor for them. Paul, great little moment for him as he's able to find rosters. As we said, a must-win game, especially for New York, and you can feel it right now, ever so closer to that double century mark as Paul continues to fry on a 4 spree. It's gone so hard for Florida to try to get a hold of. Thankfully, they're able to drop 2 and doing a great job when they have to. Off the start of this HP. We'll see if they can keep that momentum.
We're going to continuously spawn back here as NYSL, they get the break now with 25 seconds left. Skies with a massive 2-piece with that nade. Awakening with the 3rd. Final 20 should go in favor of Florida.
From closing out this Berlin, but Florida doing everything they can to try to stay alive. Awakening pressured and ultimately pulverized. Major Maniac has to get into the point. He has to make something happen, but it's a crossfire once more out of New York. It feels like this game 1 is about to be theirs. Awakening falls. Florida, all they can do is watch from a distance as New York will begin their Major 4 campaign with a W. And on top of that, they've got a lot more cash in their pockets.